Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's tutorial, we're going to be making this beautiful dress. My name is Chrissy, just in case the first time coming across my video. So this is a bubble gown that has pleat on both sides and also slit from the down part to wherever you want it to stop. So this is a very beautiful dress that you would actually love to learn. Okay, so I'll be making use of 3.5 yard of damask fabric. You can make use of any fabric of your choice. The half yard will be for the hairband. So go ahead and fold your material into two. Then from the upper part, place your tape and come down by your waistline and also mark your hip line. Determine the length you want for this gown. I will also be adding band to complete the length I want here. So it'll be very long. Do you get? So the next thing you want to do is to mark half of your shoulder measurement. Then after that, you mark 3.5 to 4 inch for your pleat effect. You know it has pleat on both sides of the shoulder, so you should add 4 to 3.5 inch for the pleat effect. So the next you want to do again is to determine the length of your sleeve plus folding allowance. Then go ahead and mark. After marking, come down from the upper part by 1 inch. This will serve as your shoulder slope. Then also mark about 3.5 inch for your neck width. Connect from the neck width to your shoulder slope in a slant manner like so. After doing that, from that point, you come down by 10 inch. Okay, mark your 10 inch. This will serve as your armhole depth. Okay, so that after you're done with that, on the same line, you should place your tape and mark quarter of your bust measurement. Then add 4.5 to 5 inch. Okay, it depends on how free you want your bubble effect to be. If you want it very free, you can add 6 inch or 7 inch. It depends on what you want. Then at the waistline, mark quarter of your waist measurement and include 4.5 inch. Then also connect at the hip line, mark quarter of your hip measurement plus 4.5 inch. Connect from the waist to the hip. Next, take the total measurement you have at the hip area, then come down from the hip line to like 5 inch. Place your tape exactly at that point and mark. Do you get? You can minus about 1 inch from the measurement you have there or from the measurement you got, or you can decide to mark it straight. It depends on what you want. I'm just doing extra. Do you get? So go ahead and repeat the same thing at the hemline, then connect from that point to the hemline. Now that I'm done with this, I'll just cut it out. So when taking the measurement for the hip, ensure you don't have this curvy part at the hip area, so that after joining your dress it won't look like kind of funny. You get, this is a free gown, so if you leave it like this, it won't come out nice after sewing. So what I did was to eliminate it, but I did that later. So I also came down by I came down by 2 inch for the back neck depth. This is actually the back. I first cut the back, so now I will use the back to cut the front. Okay, so I already placed another fabric on a fold, then I had to leave about 1 inch to 1.5 inch space for the front piece. So I'll just place it like so, then I'll cut it out. Okay, that means I use the back piece to cut the front piece. All right, so after cutting, guys, the next thing I want to do now is to measure it. You can say I have just 1 inch, you can make yours like 1.5. Okay, so mark 3.5 for your neck width, and I came down again by 4 inch for the neck depth, and I had to connect my round neckline. After that, I cut it out. Okay, so now that I'm done with this, the next thing I want to do now is to slash the center front. All right, I'll just slash it like so. Now I'm done slashing. As you can see, I'll remove the back piece, then I'll keep it aside. Then I'm going to make a straight line from the neckline to some point. Okay, so from the neckline I will come down by 4 inch again, and from the shoulder I'll place my tape from the shoulder. Then I will determine where I want the slit to actually start from. So I marked 35 inch. That is where I want the slit to start from. Okay, so what I want to do now is to sew from that 4 inch I have to that point. Okay, because the neckline also has slit in front. Okay, so I'll just start my sewing from this point to that point. Okay, so this is me on my sewing machine. You can see how I'm stitching it. I started from after the 4 inch, I came down to the point I marked for my slit. You get, so I'll just go ahead and stitch it that way. So after stitching, guys, this is what I have. So the next thing I want to do is to pipe the neckline. For this piece, I cut out about 1.5 inch piece. Okay, the width is 1.5. So for the length, just cut enough length that will go around your neckline. So I'll just go ahead and fold. I'll just sew like it's a bias. Okay, just sew in a bias form, just like this. Then after piping this neckline, I will do the same thing for the other one. Do you get? Now I'll also go ahead and add the band I told you guys I was going to add in order to complete the length of the gown. So I added my band. As you can see, the band is about 2.5 inch. You can choose not to add yours if the length is okay by you, but the length I worked with was 60 inch. Okay, Abby. Okay, it was 62, so that's why I added extra band. Okay, so after sewing, guys, this was what I had. So now you are going to, iron the center front. All right, the 1 inch. After sewing, guys, this is how it came out to look like. Now head over straight to your ironing table and iron, then use your hemming gum to keep it in a place. So I'll do that later, but I had to weave this first. Okay, I don't have weaving machine. I'll just iron first. I'll only iron, then later I'll take it to where I'll weave it before, placing my hemming gum to gum it. Okay, so I've gone ahead to iron here. As you can see, this is our front slit. Okay, so the next thing I want to do now is to achieve the pleat. So subtract 3.5 inch for your neck width and get the shoulder, or you can just subtract 3.5 inch and mark 3 inch for where your slit will start from. If you're a plus size, you can mark it like 4 inch. So wherever you marked 4 inch or 3 inch is where your your pleat will start from. So after marking the first chalk, I'll mark the 3.5 I added for the slit, and I will go ahead and notch. So from the shoulder, also come down by your waistline. The waistline I'm working with is 16 inch. So from the shoulder, I'll come down I'll come down from the shoulder by 16 inch. That is the waistline. Then I'll use my stretch ruler to connect the both line so that it will be very straight like so. Now that I'm done with this, the next thing I want to do now is to fold. Okay, so when folding this slit, sorry, I don't know why I'm calling this slit. When folding this plinth, make sure the both notch aligns properly, and also make sure the both chalk you marked aligns properly before you now pin. So I'll do this for the front, and I'll also repeat the same thing for the back, because the back will also have the pleat. The pleat, yes, the back will have the pleat as well, and I will also repeat the same thing on this other side. Okay, so go ahead and place like this on your sewing machine and stitch. You get from your shoulder to your waistline. So this is me stitching this on my sewing machine. So I'll just go ahead and stitch from the shoulder to my waistline. So after doing that on all the piece, both the front and back, the next thing I did was to join the shoulder. So I'm just joining the shoulder using 1/2 inch stitching allowance. Okay, so I'll just go ahead and join the shoulder just like this. You get, if you have watched to this point, kindly hit on the subscribe button. If you are enjoying this tutorial, kindly appreciate me by hitting on the subscribe button, and don't forget to leave a nice comment. Okay, so now I've gone ahead to join it, as you can see, and this is the sleeve. I'm just folding the sleeve area. I'm using about 1.5 inch to just fold the sleeve area. You can decide to add band if you want, like, if you want to add extra style, or something like that, just add extra band. Like, you can just add band, or you make the sleeve area turn up, you know what I mean. So I just folded my, as you can see. So after folding, I also went ahead to shape the both sides using the 1/2 inch. Okay, using 1/2 inch or 1 inch. So from the shoulder, I came down by the waistline again, because I want to attach a belt. Okay, I want to attach belts to it. It is an invisible belt. So from that center front, I will mark quarter of the waist measurement on both sides, just like this. You mark quarter of the waist measurement, and I've already sewed the belt. The length should be whatever you want. Okay, whatsoever you want for the length, you should just cut it out and sew. Okay, for the length of the belt, it is 5 inch, or you can make it 4 inch. You get, so I'll just go ahead and place the belt like so. This will give it the waist snatch effect. All right, so you can decide to wear it freely, or you can decide to tie the belt, because the belt is invisible. So even if you tie it, nobody will know unless you tell the person, or unless you are a tailor, or something like that. So once you stitch or you pin it, you have it looking like this. Ensure you place this belt properly, just like you see me did here. You get, then go ahead and stitch. After stitching, I'll iron the full dress and I'll show you how it came out on my client. So guys, this was the outcome of our beautiful dress. Thank you so much for watching. See you in my next one.